Awesome. Hello, Amor. How are
Hello,
you?
how are you, sister?
I'm good. It's so good to see you.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. It's great to
Thank
see
you.
you too, and that gorgeous smile of yours.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for coming and being a guest on today's episode of the Grateful Wounds podcast.
Mhm.
Um, Grateful Wounds podcast basically is a story telling platform where real conversations about pain, healing, faith, motherhood, transformation all take place. These stories take place on this podcast. There's expert insights like yourself. There's powerful conversations with people that I have, and just my own personal journey. Um, I explore how life's deepest wounds can actually lead us to purpose, growth, and empowerment. Some of the episodes prior to this one, I've already shared, my story, and I've brought on some a therapist, my actual therapist. I brought her on to talk about therapy, and I'm just really excited today to talk about mental health awareness and how we both are turning our pain into purpose. So I'm so glad you're here. Today's guest, you guys, she's a phenomenal woman that I've had the pleasure to know for a couple of years now, Miss Amor Woolley.
Well, you call
Yeah.
me Wooly, but that's okay. But it's Deleuze, amour Deleuze.
Delise. My bad,
It's
Delise. Yes.
okay. It's all right.
Okay.
It's all right. Yes,
Yes.
it's such a pleasure. It's just an honor to be here and to talk to you, knowing that you are also one of our very precious ambassadors for the Monique Woolley Foundation, who have
Yes.
also expressed the voice and given the voice for the voiceless. I just want to commend you and say I am so proud of you for turning your pain into purpose, and that
Thank
is what it's all about. And our journey and all that the people need to know is that we go through, but we come
yes.
out. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, but it's all about what we do and how we do it. It's
Yes.
resilience that we, just don't take it and just live it and earn it. Because I truly believe that our pain is not for us; it's for someone else.
Yes.
What we go through is an experience that we have to go through, and we coming out of it. And you're the perfect example of that, because with all that you've gone through, and you and I
Yes.
know, because I've been there with you with that journey.
Yes.
It's been a journey, but it's been quite a journey to where you are today. You know what I
Yes.
mean? If you didn't go through that, you wouldn't be where you are today. And so I just think
Amen.
people need to realize that they need to trust the process and
Mm-hmm.
understand that the journey, between your birth date and the little
Yes.
dash, and then
Yes.
the end date, um, is such a beautiful thing, because it's the legacy that's gonna we leave behind, and the legacy
Mhm.
that we're working on to for our next generation. So I just think this wonderful, and I commend you for that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. So today's episode, it's entitled Mental Health in Our Community. And when I say our community, that's the Black and Brown community. So mental health is something many communities, they still struggle to talk about with openly. But the truth is silence can be dangerous. And in this episode, we're going to have an honest conversation about depression, suicide prevention, and why mental health awareness matters. And more importantly, how can we begin the process of healing and turning our pain into purpose? So, one of the first questions I wanted to ask you was, why do you believe it's so important right now in 2026? Why is it so important to take care of your mental health?
Oh my goodness! Oh, that's such a great question.
Thank
Only
you.
because a lot of us do not.
Yeah.
We don't even recognize the mental part of our every day,
Every
you know.
day. Right.
And it's so important that we do take care of our mental health. I mean, it started back in 2020, when we had to make these various changes, and the
With
unknown,
COVID.
and the
Yeah.
unknown is what really just what people are just stuck on. I can say that, because there's an expression, you stuck on life. Well, no, we have to grow, we have to evolve, and if we
Yes.
don't evolve, we die. You know,
Yeah.
and our mental health is definitely is one that I am, and our organization, the Monique Woolley Foundation, is after to making a difference, because we as a people need to
Hmm.
stop the stigma around mental health. Mental
Yes.
health is of importance. It's who we are. You know, it's our mindset. It's where we going and what we doing and how we doing it. And it's
Yes.
also for our next generation, because we have little ones. We have children who are looking at us to see how we
How we
react
can.
on certain
Yes.
things and how we do it. And being a parent, it didn't come with
No
no
rule books,
no
right?
rules, no manuals. There was no manual in it, but we did the best that we could. And but
Right.
it's of importance that we come together and stop the stigma around mental health. There's a lot of us is, we're in I like to call it, it's a silent killer that is
Uh-huh.
taking the life of our loved ones, because we stay in the silence. It wants being in the dark. Most people say, "Oh, I'm sad." Well, being
Yeah.
sad and being in the dark is two different things, because
Right.
it carries differently. And so I just feel that the most people need to understand that it's okay not to be okay,
Yes.
and then
Yes.
that suicide is not the answer, because what happens is when you get in down to the darkness of your pain,
Hmm.
and can't bring it out, and and feel like you're not worthy of, and you feel like you have no value, and you feel like you don't have a voice, and you feel
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, I want to expire. No. Okay, this is when we have to stop and regroup and call out for help. Okay,
Right.
because these are
Right.
the times where you cannot take it to the next level. But there is help out there. There's help out
Yeah.
there, and it's of importance that we give a safe space for people to say, "Hey, I need help."
Yes, I love that you said all of that. I mean, for the listeners, they don't know that you and I met a couple of years ago, right? And for anyone that's listening, go back and listen to those first couple of episodes, even the special dedication, and you'll understand my why. The very dark place that you talk about, I've been there, right? I've been there. It was years and years ago, but I was there for quite some time. And the purpose again of this podcast too was birthed out of that because I didn't want to be back in that quote unquote dark space where I didn't want to, be around anymore. So the importance of taking care of your mental health and prioritizing your mental health is so crucial, especially in our community, the Black and Brown community, where people every other day, I read an article the other day where someone as young as 5 years old took their life. Like that is just unimaginable, that pain. So
Yes.
the work that you're doing with your foundation, the work that, many others are doing, we want people to know that it is okay to, not be okay.
Hmm. I agree.
Um, the question I wanted to ask you for those that may not quite understand the purpose behind the Monique Woolley Foundation is this, and I have my own testimony too after you talk. But can you share just a little bit about who Monique was and what actually inspired you to create a foundation in her honor?
Who Monique Juvenine P. Woolley was. She
Yes.
was my firstborn. She
Okay.
was a phenomenal, phenomenal person. Um, I She passed away at the age of 33.
Hmm.
Um, she
So young.
committed suicide, um, and I tell you, my whole life changed from that point. From that
Yeah.
point, because I mean, I do have three other children. Okay,
Okay.
I have Monique J. Woolley. I have Tabitha Amor Woolley. I have Guy Christophe Woolley and Marcus Alexandre. Okay, so when that happened, I knew that I had to live for my other children, but I
Yes.
also was so torn, because that was my firstborn, and this it happened a week after my youngest son, Marcus Alexandre, graduated from high school, so he was completely torn as well. And
Okay.
what the suicide does to a family, it just tears us apart,
Yeah.
because what's going on in the mind of those who have attempted suicide and passed, they wanted to just stop the pain. They wanted to
Pain.
just not be here anymore because they feel like they were a burden to someone or anything like that. But I
Yeah.
must say that my daughter and I, we fought a good fight of faith. And when I say that, I'm a woman of God, and I pray, and
Yes.
and as you know, I send spiritual messages to all of my ambassadors and things like that. But when that happened, we had decided that I was not going to let her death go in vain. And so we
Okay.
created a platform for suicide survivors to share their stories. And in doing so, they become warriors, they
Yes.
become ambassadors, and those are powerful points to make, because these make these individuals feel empowered.
Yeah.
Why? Because no one have given them a safe space to speak their pain. No one have given them a listening ear.
Here.
It
Yeah.
is so important just to sit down and just listen.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
learn so much from an individual by just listening, and I wish that I had that I can take time back to say that I would have listened a little bit more closer,
Yeah.
in reference to my daughter, what she was going through, how she was doing it. But I was there for her, and I have to say that I'm just proud and just so pleased that the Lord had given me 33 years
Yeah. Yeah.
with her light. She was a light in a dark place. She was a makeup artist. She was a
Yes.
mother. She was a sister, a cousin. She was just my firstborn, my
Yeah.
very, and that your first is always so special,
Special, right?
and then to see that she's no longer there. So, in her space and in her absence, and she did leave her son,
Okay.
my first grandson, Noah Jordan Meeker, which we, I kid you not.
Yeah.
It's a very touchy part for me, and I just know that the Lord is going to bring that to pass. So I'll just leave that like that. That'll be another
Yeah.
episode. Um,
Okay.
but I have to say that I'm so proud
Yes.
to have created a safe space for suicide survivors and loss of suicide, and it's just open to anyone who has a dark pain, a dark experience. We have veterans in our mix, and we have police officers, firefighters,
Yeah.
we have doctors, nurses, moms, sisters, brothers. I mean, mental health does not discriminate.
It
It can
doesn't.
happen to any one of us, and is I'm so pleased that we have this organization that's helping and saving lives, and our whole mission is to continue to do that. And thank everyone for choosing life, because life is beautiful. It's all
Yeah.
we make it, and take it just one day at a time.
Yeah. Yeah. Just beautiful. Everything you said is just so well said. I remember when I first met you and I came to your event, and you had a beautiful picture of Monique up on an easel. And I was standing over there just looking at her. This was, again, we first met, and I'm looking at her. Everyone listening, she is so beautiful, right? Just beautiful. And I'm just like, wow, like what in
Okay,
that
you give me
moment?
goosebumps saying all that.
I just got goosebumps too. Like, oh my gosh. I just got goosebumps. Oh my gosh. God, like I was standing there and it was just me and God, and I'm looking at her picture and I'm just like, she was so beautiful. And I remember a time in my life when I'm like, didn't want to be here anymore. We've probably all been there to some degree, but I know what that dark space is, being in that dark space is like. And so I said like a little prayer staring at her picture on that easel. And I'm just like, I commend you. Like I am a proud Monique Woolley Foundation ambassador. Like I am proud to be an ambassador of the Monique Woolley Foundation. I truly mean that. And yeah, just seeing her picture, like I felt like I could feel her essence, like she spoke to me. And so I knew they always say things happen for a reason. They always say too, like you're at any point in time, you're always right where you're supposed to be. And when I was standing there staring at her picture, just kind of remembering the thoughts I used to have and the things I've gone through, I just like, thank you, God. Like I started thanking God and just being grateful for life because, like
Yes.
you said, too, life is just, it's beautiful. It's hard, but it's beautiful.
Yes, it is.
So moving on, there's a couple of things you mentioned. One, when you talk about creating a safe space, which you do a phenomenal job through the Monique Woolley Foundation in creating a safe space for those that want to come and just be open and discuss, their journey with depression, anxiety, emotional pain, whatever they're going through. Um, if they're not a part of your organization, let's just say a family is, experiencing something in their lives, what are some ways that they can begin to create a safe space for family and friends, or, just be that support for one another?
The first thing that comes to mind for me, and I truly believe that that is the most important thing, is trust.
Trust.
It You have to build trust within
Hmm.
the relationship, and it's a relationship. I mean, you have to believe in that person and give them an energy that they can connect with and feel safe.
Yeah.
Okay, and to do that is to be honest, and to
Okay.
be authentic, and to be real, and have joy, and
Yeah.
bring light, and bring love. Okay, my name is Amor, and it's love in any different, in all different languages, and
Right.
when you bring all these things to the table, it overfloweth. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Especially when you bring light. Light, you darkness cannot stand light. So
Right.
if you overcome it, and then that way it gives room for someone to see that, okay, if this can happen for her, it can
Right.
also happen for me. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And it just gives them permission to be authentic, permission to be honest, to permission to share a little bit of them that
Uh-huh.
they may not be have been able to share with anyone else, because no one else has given them that kind of feeling and bring in that kind of energy for them to feel,
Yeah.
because it's all about a feeling,
A feeling.
and
Yeah.
that feeling have to be warm, it have to be loved, it has to be nurtured, it has to be cuddled. And I'm a hugger, I hug everybody,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you just have to bring that on. You have to bring that on to let people know that it's okay.
That
It's
it's
okay
okay.
not to be okay. And you'll
Yes.
hear me say that over and over and over again, and I do. That's one I need to put a T-shirt. That's it. It's okay
Hey,
not to be okay.
yeah,
You know.
let me get one of those t-shirts.
Okay, definitely. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what I mean? And the other
Yeah.
thing too that we always like to say is, when feeling blue, think yellow. So
Hmm.
how that name came about was because, after Monique had passed away, her favorite color was yellow. I would sit
Yes.
down and I would boo-hoo, I would cry, I would boo-hoo, oh my God, my baby girl, she's not here no more. What am I gonna do? How am I gonna do it? And that was okay too, because I had learned to understand that,
Yeah.
life and death happens.
It's a part of life.
It is
Yeah.
part of life, and we're not going to live forever, and whatever time that we have and on earth, we that's why we have to give it out 200%, and
Yeah.
love on our neighbors and our families, and have whatever gift you have within you, express
Yeah.
that gift. You know what I mean? And so, um, we I was sitting there feeling really sad, and I thought of yellow, and I saw a yellow butterfly, and I smiled from ear to ear. I was smiling, and that smile could not come down. You know what I mean? I wanted to cry,
Yes.
and the Holy Spirit would not let me cry. Okay, it's like it was just such joy,
Joy.
with the light and the beauty, and to see, and me closing my eyes, and then to see, um, her envision to just, just her ways of just dancing and
Yeah.
she's a makeup artist. Okay, so she was just be always doing my eyes and things like that. So my
Yeah.
my envision was my eyes was closed and she was putting on my eyelashes. Okay,
Okay.
all right,
Okay.
and so at that time, that's when that came about. When we say, when feeling blue, think yellow.
Pink yellow. I
Yeah,
love it. I love
yeah.
it. Um, when we talk about like warning signs of mental health, someone struggling with mental health issues or perhaps contemplating suicide, are there any signs that you feel people may overlook?
I think that as a parent, we need to
Mhm.
check up on our children. Okay,
Yeah.
they go into their bedrooms and they close the doors. And
Yes.
in my household, as growing up with all my children, there were no doors.
No doors.
Oh no, we don't play that. No, no, I'm the adult in the room. Okay, I pay the bills, and
Yeah.
as my children grew up, you know, they earned their privacy, and they learned that it was okay that mom can walk into the room and ask the various questions, and what we need to do and understand that, and I'm speaking from when my children were young. Okay,
Young. Yeah.
and that's where we really just need to start it when they're young, not when they, full grown adults. But when they're young, you speak to them, you talk to them like they're human beings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You ask them the various questions. You don't point the finger, because you see this. When you point the
Yes.
finger, three of them pointing
Going
back
back at
at you.
you.
And
Yep.
I don't like to pass judgment. I always like to ask the question, how are you feeling? And I
Okay.
wait, and I pause, and I wait for the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you don't do an open clause question. You ask the questions for them to be able to express themselves.
Yeah.
How was school today? And what part of school did you like? Talk to me. Teach it to me, because I
Yeah.
don't have a clue. I wasn't there. So it
Right.
gives them the opportunity for them to open up and want to just explore and want to teach, because once you learn something and you're
Yeah.
able to teach it, then you got it. And
Okay.
and as a child, and with anybody, if you give them the reason why a certain thing cannot
Um,
work, or a reason why a certain thing do work, then they pretty much understand it. But you just don't tell them not to do it. But
okay.
to answer your question, I think that you need to check on them to see whether or not their attitude changed, their
Yes. There's-
character, whether if they feel like they not don't want to eat anymore, and
Yeah.
whether or not they want to take a shower, or whether or not they want to see a friend, or
Yes.
want to go
Yes.
outgoing. I mean, are they on the phone, or they're feeling sad? Sometimes we get sick, of course, because
Yeah.
as women, we get sick. So
Right.
those kind of things you talk to mom about. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And but mom need to understand that there are resources that they can take a look at.
Yes.
You can go through the Monique Woolley Foundation's resources thing. They can get a listing of what to look
Yes.
at, because every individual is unique, and
Yes.
it's not cut one cookie one
Right.
cookie cut. You know,
Right.
you have to know your child. You have to know that they're how they are, so that you can tell the difference.
Yeah.
The
Yes. Yeah.
change.
Right.
A lot of times they're being bullied at school, and that we don't tolerate bullies. Okay,
Right.
so we have to teach our children, that it's okay to come to mom, and we have to create. That's where that comes again. Well, we have to bring that back to say, it's safe to come to talk to me, rather
Yes.
than, or pick of someone that you in the household that you want to talk to.
Yes.
One of
Yeah.
the things, one of the tools that I use in the Monique Woolley Foundation is that we have you to write a letter to your pain.
Oh, ooh, I like that.
Yes, and that is what, because you have to speak to it. It's a
Yes.
spirit, it's an
Yes.
energy, and you have to decree and declare that, not
Not
no.
today.
Listen, don't mess with somebody who don't know you. Okay,
Right.
I
Right.
see you, I recognize you, and I'm not gonna. Okay, hello. I'm not the one.
Or
Okay,
the two.
okay, hello.
Yeah.
But what that does is allow you to um, download.
Yeah.
Okay, you're
Yeah.
like you're like a computer. Okay, you once you download things from the computer, what happens? You have more room on the computer to upload more things. So it's
Yeah.
the same thing as the body and the mind. Okay,
Yeah.
so writing to your pain
I love that.
allows you to put it on paper,
Yeah.
and it allows you to revisit it, and it allows you to have a new attitude, a new personality, a new
Yeah.
perspective of what that made you feel. i
Heal.
i love
Yeah.
the I like the F word. Okay, one of my ambassadors, I love it, she used to say, yeah, I love talking about the F word, and people's like, oh my God, is it the F
Mhm.
word that we know? No, this one is
Heal.
feelings.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, those feelings are the ones that we have to grab and get a hold of and manage, because we
Yeah.
can, and we don't let it manage us, but we manage it, and then
Yeah.
we grow, you
I
know.
love
But
I love that. I would only add to, like, in terms of signs, I know with my own child and like even with myself, when they start dressing differently or like just not participating in activities that they once did, or like for me myself, I tend to isolate when I don't want to be like bothered or I'm like going through something pretty, traumatic. So those are signs too for anyone listening that you want to, pay attention to in terms of warning signs. So all great
absolutely.
stuff. And before we get into, some of the resources and things that you're doing at the Monique Woolley Foundation, especially coming up this Friday, I've got one more question for listeners out there. Amor, what would you say to anyone listening who might be silently struggling with depression, anxiety, or even contemplating suicide? A lot of us suffer in silence. I had another episode on motherhood, and we talked a lot on that episode about being single moms and how we suffered in silence with our needs because we were giving so much to our children. Um, so anyway, if you are a mom and you want to go and listen to that episode, I encourage you to do so. But for today, mental health awareness, anyone that might be suffering in silence or contemplating, struggling with their mental health or depression, anxiety, what would you say to them?
First and foremost, I would let them know that you are enough.
Yeah,
You are enough.
we
What
can
you're
like,
going through, what
we
you're
can
going
pause.
through,
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, that is within itself. I
yeah,
mean, you can just put a period after it. But if
yeah.
you allow me to elaborate, I will say that it's of importance to know that you are valued,
Mm-hmm.
you are loved,
Yes,
that you are worthy to be here. You have a purpose,
yes,
and whether you know that purpose or not, we can work on that.
yeah.
Okay, okay, your likes, your dislikes, and what's in your heart. What is it that you do that you can do it with your eyes closed?
Oh, yeah,
Okay, and doing that, it becomes part of you, and it be you.
yeah.
Because we all are unique in our own ways, and we go through things, but we come out, and there is help. Okay, what I would say to someone who's contemplating suicide, I just want to let you know that you are loved,
Loved. Hmm.
you are cared for, you are valued. Okay, um, you need to be here, okay, to fulfill your purpose
Yes, yes. God has you here for a reason.
for a reason,
Hmm.
and it's not by accident. And if you're going through anything, reach out to someone that you feel safe with, that you trust. If you're needing someone, please call the Monique Woolley Foundation. Listen, I'll give you my number, 909-637-8077.
Yes, I
Okay,
love that.
because that is, um, and I tell people that all the time, and you know it, I'm only one phone call away.
One phone call away, one text away, one email away.
Email away. I mean, let's get real. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? My whole purpose of creating the Monique Woolley Foundation is to make a difference in someone else's life. I
Yes.
lost my daughter, and
Hmm.
I have gained so many daughters,
Yes.
in the mix of it all. Not to say that, I'm being anybody's mama, but I say that because it filled a void, a
Avoid.
space for
Hmm.
me that means so much. To see someone smiling, to see someone thriving, to see someone win.
Yes.
Oh my God. And I'm so proud of you because,
Thank
and so proud of so many of our ambassadors, and we are family. So you already know they're doing so wonderfully, and I'm just so pleased. I just want to let whoever it is that's
Yeah.
going through, to let them know that um, give it one more 24 hours.
Okay. I like
Let's pray.
that.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that you're going through, give it another 24 hours.
I
And then
like.
tomorrow, give it another 24 hours. Because
Okay.
it's one day at a time.
One day at a time.
It is one
Awesome.
day at a time.
All right. So, can I just say thank you?
Yeah, sure.
Thank. There goes those goosebumps
I
again.
know, I know. It's just like, stop already.
Amora, thank you so much for being my special guest today on today's episode of Grateful Wounds, the podcast. Oh my gosh, I'm starting to get teary-eyed myself.
I know.
Like today's episode is about mental health in our community. For those of you that are listening and you are here in the Los Angeles area, we've got a special treat for you. This Friday, May 29, 2026. Let me repeat. This Friday, May 29, 2026, here in Los Angeles, it's actually going to be in Monterey Park at the NBC Seafood Restaurant. We are having our mental health conference. And I don't want to steal all the thunder. Do you want to tell the listeners about it?
Well, absolutely, absolutely. This month is Mental Health Awareness Month, and we
Yes,
certainly wanted to come together and make a difference, and be loud, and be
yes,
voiceless, and give a voice to the voiceless. For those who are not here, we want to let them know that they were here. Okay, and we want to bring about some professionals to help the families to navigate to really going on, and
mhm,
a lot of the questions that you say, they will be addressed over there as well. But it's a celebration of life. Okay,
yes,
I'm a party animal. Give me a reason to throw a party. We having one. Okay, all right.
yes.
And everyone in my family knows that too. And I just wanted to be able to say thank you for those who have chosen life, and just to let them know that where they at today,
Mhm.
is just the beginning of their lifetime.
Yes,
And to continue to thrive and to continue to evolve. But the conference is going to be phenomenal, and
yes.
the attire is business classy, sassy.
Classy, classy.
Yes, of course, of course. It's a sit-down dinner, and it's going to be wonderful. We have a lot of celebrity who's going to come and endorse, and who's going to. We have the yellow carpet, that one
Yes.
that can come and be interviewed and things like that. So, and all that is just to say and to document that life is of importance, and what we do is of importance, and to let people know that it's okay not to be okay, that suicide's not the answer.
Awesome. And this again is happening May 29th, this Friday at NBC Seafood Restaurant in Monterey. Where can people get their tickets?
Their tickets can be purchased on our website, which is TheTheMoWoolley Foundation.org. Or if they like to call me, I can send them a direct link that they can do that for. We will still honor, okay, for this podcast and this
Yes.
podcast only, we will honor, okay, the price for all the ambassadors. Okay, and the ambassador's price is 125, and so that is a great saving. Okay, so please do that, and that all that is going to help us to continue to do the work that we do. It
Yes.
takes a village. It takes a village, and we just want to say thank you, and many thanks in advance for your love and support of the Monique Woolley Foundation. When feeling blue, think yellow.
I love it. Thank you so much, Amor, for being my guest today on the Grateful Days podcast. In closing, pain changes you, but it doesn't have to define you. You can still write the next chapter of your life. So, with that said, again, thank you for listening to the Grateful Wounds podcast. My name's Tanasha Allwood, and I have been your host, joined by Miss Amour.
Oh,
Yay!
yes, and we can't wait to see you on the yellow carpet.
Yes, yellow carpet. Get your
Get
tickets.
your tickets. Yes. Bye bye.
Bye. Let's see.